Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here doing another McFarlaneToys DC Multiverse vehicle review on the Batman and Robin movies Batmobile. And I gotta give a big thanks to McFarlaneToys for sending out this sample my way to review for you guys, because to be honest with you, I didn't really want to get it that badly. It's not my favorite Batmobile. I really do appreciate the sample though, and all opinions in this video are of my own. They haven't been telling me what to say or anything like that. They wouldn't tell me to say that. And yeah, it kind of makes me feel like a dick. It makes me sound ungrateful. But I'm being honest with you. This is not my favorite Batmobile. But I am stoked to talk about it, and I feel very privileged to get this sample. So thanks to McFarlaneToys. If you want to see the latest from McFarlaneToys, link to their Instagram is in the description below. Thanks to you viewers for making stuff like this happen for me. Thank you. And I do like that we have a nice spot varnished image of the Batmobile over here, as well as the Batman and Robin logo. And we get that on the side and on this side as well. And then on the back, you can see we get the logo, or we get the Batmobile again, and you can see how you can fit your George Clooney inside there. And then you get the Batmobile on the top. Not much more at the bottom. I think it shows you how to put the batteries in there. Is that right? Yep, shows you how to put the batteries in there. All right, so let's get to it and crack this thing open. And if you're trying to get your DC Multiverse products, well, you can do so at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here's the Batmobile out of the packaging. And I gotta say, even though this isn't my favorite Batmobile, it's still pretty cool. There are cool things to this, and while it does look cool, I do have gripes, so I'm going to get into that. But I do like that it has a light up and sound feature, which we'll get into soon enough. But first, let's get a closer look at the trading card and the hands. Yep, this Batmobile comes with its own hands, because the George Clooney Batman figure didn't come with steering wheel holding hands. So we got to use these over here, which do look pretty good as far as the sculpt goes, but I do think the color is just a little bit off compared to the gray that we're seeing right here on the actual figure. So I just wanted to point that out. It's not bothering me that much, but hey, it's a review. You gotta point out the details, and yeah, you can see while the sculpt is consistent, the color does change when it gets to the hands. Anyway, the card right over here, you know, the light up feature is not as bright as demonstrated in this concept art, but still pretty cool. And there's a read up on the back. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it now. I do like having the Bat logo right there in the very front with that little hint of orange. I do like the variety of colors. It's fun. I get it. I understand the tone of this movie and everything. I do like the silver that we are seeing right over here. We get this blue clear plastic for the headlights, and then we have these nice looking silver rims, which I really dig quite a bit. They do look really good. However, when I was rewatching the beginning of the film, I found a clip on YouTube. These were lit up blue, so it's a little bit inaccurate over there. You can see the engine parts and everything, though it's kind of tricky to focus because you have two different pieces of plastic in front of it in there. But yeah, you can see those parts inside, and I will show you what this looks like when I turn on the light up feature. Very glossy plastic for this Batmobile. It is a dust / fingerprint magnet, so yeah, get your cloths ready to wipe down and all that. We do have rubber tires here, by the way. I could pinch them and I could feel the rubber. Then you can see that we have this nice silver right here for the 6 exhaust pipes, which is ridiculous. And then looking at the top right over here, you do have to install these fins, so those do port on, and you do have the button right over here in the back. These should have been painted blue, so there is some paint missing right over here. That bothers me some, so if you wanted to get this all looking dead on, there is some customizing in order. And then you can see the dark blue right over here around the front right there. I feel like that's accurate. I'm just trying to remember. And then, man, I don't know. The inside of the cockpit here bothers me. There's just one sticker placed on the inside right there, and it's got all these goofy little graphics on it, and I don't remember that being accurate to the movie. I mean, it totally could. I'm not saying that it's impossible for us to get, you know, a cockpit that looks like this, but still, it's just, I don't know. If they had more sculpted stuff in there and some lights coming through, that would have been cooler. The steering wheel does not turn at all, and it does nicely fit the one Batman figure in there, and you can see the Bat logo right here on the headrest area right there. And then here's looking underneath, where you could see right over there is the panel that you want to screw off so you could install your 3 Chipotle batteries, or AAA batteries. I don't know why I have to say Chipotle. I don't even like Chipotle. I just like saying Chipotle. Oh, and I do like the little windshield guard right over here. This is pretty cool too. So, and the figure does sit inside there pretty easily, by the way. It's not very hard to get him inside, you know, just fold the cape down. I love having these soft, good capes. And it's not hard getting these hands on the steering wheel either, so that's pretty
early
cool
afternoon.
I have some light coming into the garage, but I did shut off all of these review station lights, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the button on the back over here. Let's see how the light up features work. Woo. All right. Ooh, cool. Flashes around a whole bunch. Oh yeah, you can see these light up right over here. That's pretty neat. I do like that. And then I think if you just tap it lightly, it just turns on without the sound. Yep, there it goes. So if you just want to tap it once, you can see the light turns on up top over there. And then you can see the orange on the inside over here. Trying to keep everything in focus as much as I can. It's tricky to see in the dark, but damn, this is really, it's tricky to see in the dark. Yeah, novel idea. But anyway, yeah, you can see the red coming through right over there. And no light for the exhaust or anything, which would have been cool if they had a light up feature for that. You can see the lights are still on in the front, so nothing lights up over here. Then there goes the lights. Is it alternate or... Oh, and then you could shut it off. So yeah, it'll go back and forth between having the option of light up with sounds or just leaving the light on, which is neat. I haven't tried holding it though. Let's see if that does anything. No, it doesn't really do anything. But yeah, it looks pretty cool on the top right over here. Cool looking Batmobile. Let's get some measurements and size comparisons. Oh, and it rolls really well too. Look at that. Whew. Yeah, love that. Man, it's tricky measuring out this Batmobile, but I'm looking at around 24.5 inches across. And up to those fins, you're looking at around 6 inches. And then you're looking at around 8 inches at the widest part of the vehicle. Well, it's hard to tell. I do have this Batmobile angled so that it is next to our Batgirl figure. And of course, I wanted to show off all these Batman and Robin DC Multiverse figures next to the Batmobile. Again, Batgirl, Robin, Poison Ivy, and Freeze. Then for a Batmobile comparison, you can see we have the Flash movie Keaton Batmobile right over here. And then we have our Batman and Robin Batmobile. And then there's the Batman Forever Batmobile. And it is hard to see them side by side like this. I have an overhead shot for you guys if you want to see that. They're all fairly more or less around the same size. And yeah, I have my Keaton Batman, or my 89 Keaton Batman living inside here. And I have the Val Kilmer Batman living in there. So it's weird to not have Clooney living inside this Batmobile. And there we go. And yeah, it feels better. And here's a front view of all 3 Batmobiles, just to see how that looks. And I'll hit the light up feature on these 2 so you can see that. They have their sounds. This one does not. And then here's the Batman and Robin movies Batmobile. Next to your average 6-inch scale figure, we have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Hey, Batman. Hey, you got 2 sidekicks now? I mean, if you ever needed a 3rd sidekick, you know, just keep me in mind. You know. No! How is that even possible? Hey, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I certainly had a fun time making it. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that like button. I certainly would appreciate it. I also appreciate you guys for subscribing. It really does mean a lot. And big thanks to all of those channel members and patrons that support with their bucks. This is a pretty fun vehicle, but it is really intended for those that really love Batman and Robin. Because again, that's not my favorite Batman movie, and this is not my favorite Batmobile, so I can't say it's on that high priority list of Batmobiles for me personally, but if Batman and Robin is your Batman movie, and this Batmobile is your Batmobile, well then, yay, you know what I mean? Hey, more power to you. It's available for you to pick up. It does have its flaws regardless of whether or not you're a diehard fan of this vehicle, or you're going to be missing some paint apps on it. So you might have to customize a little bit, which is a bummer because you don't want to do that. But at the same time, you don't have to. It still does look very cool. It does look very cool, but again, there's just things missing here and there. But overall, I like it. It's fun. It's very cool. Not my favorite though. So at the price point of around 100, 110 bucks, I'm gonna give this Batman and Robin Batmobile a sud rating of...
It's not too bad.
And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comments section below. If you want to see the latest in action figure news, you can find it all over at toynewsi.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on Whatnot. I'm gonna be selling more stuff on Whatnot fairly soon, so follow me over there. Links in the description below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.